Hi everybody and welcome to today's episode of Learn This Deck with the Dreaming Way Tarot. And the card we're going to look at today is the Two of Wands. Now, let's just dig right into this very juicy image. What do you think is going on, right? First things first, let's look at the environment. Now, what I noticed in the background is, yes, right in front of him, we see these little, the city and there's trees and there's a meadow and all of that is really nice. But if you look up in the sky, there is it also looks like there is a meadow with a house and maybe a little bit of a city floating upside down in the sky, right? To me, that looked like a very interesting sort of symbolism that there's multiple worlds around him that he wants to, or multiple things, which are around him, and he wants to sort of get into it, because he's surrounded by the real world. And the real world has many facets. That's what sort of stood out to me anyhow, right? Now the person, of course, he's a young man, he's well dressed, and he's got a globe in his hand. Also notice how the two wands, they form a sort of a doorway or a gateway, and I like that aspect also because that doorway, it symbolizes an opening or a pathway that has been created now by the universe for him to go ahead and do certain things that he wants to do. And that globe in his hand, that is again a very nice symbol. To me, that symbolizes either that he thinks that the world is in the palm of his hand, or that he has the desire to conquer the world and go look, see the world, all these things. He has really, like, or you can say, quote unquote, world domination plans. So he really wants to do something, make his mark in the world, and so he's now heading out, right? So these were the symbols. The wands obviously are his energy, and there's two of them. So there's that symbolism of two. And according to the LWB, the number two is all about unique action, right? So it's like there's this fire energy all around him. He has that energy to go and achieve something. He has that aspiration. He's standing there in a seeming sort of doorway that has been created for him. He has plans, he has dreams, he has aspirations, and he's now heading out into that doorway or through that doorway to get to where he wants to go, right? Uh, Now, in the LWB, of course, there's just a bunch of keywords, as I said yesterday. So the ones that sort of stood out for me is take up in the upright position, taking a unique approach and seizing an opportunity. And in the reversed, insufficient effort and stuck in the old ways. Okay. So what were my keywords? First off, this is a journey to self-sufficiency, and that has just started. The reason I say that is that this card, the Two of Wands, kept popping up. This was, I believe, 10 odd years ago. This card and the Two of Pentacles card, these were the two cards that consistently kept popping up in my readings. Back then, I was working in a job and I was super frustrated and I wanted to do something on my own. I wanted to strike out on my own, and I had absolutely zero idea. That's right, this was like I just started reading the tarot cards and I hadn't really gone fully professional by then. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with my life? What am I supposed to do with my life? I mean, I was still very unclear. And this card and the Two of Pentacles card kept popping up, and until I saw clarity, and I was like, oh my god, writing and tarot, that was the Two Pentacles there. And obviously I had to strike out on my own, so and start my own journey. So that's where that journey to self-sufficiency kind of comes in. And yes, The second keyword here or key phrase here is looking for options. So it could be that he already knows what he wants to do, or it could be that he's a little confused. And I think each of us, when we are beginning our journey, we kind of have a little bit of an idea. If you're lucky, you're born with the knowledge of what you want to do in life. But then there are people like us, everyday, regular people, who struggle and figure out what it is that they're meant to do. So in this point, in this card, at this stage, he's looking for all kinds of options. He's maybe going through it in his head. And yes, the important part is that he has the drive to grow and to prosper. He isn't just comfortable with the status quo, with the way his life is right now. He really wants to go out there and do something, make a name for himself, leave his mark in the world. And that's what this card and the card energy is all about. So, what happens when this card becomes reversed? Do you see that? The globe is very likely going to fall from his hands now, right? Or maybe he's not going to be able to see things more clearly. Now, if you see the little meadow thing up in the sky, or part of the card becomes a little bit more dominant. So, with all of that together, here these were my keywords: that he is unable to move forward in his career, right? So if he has made choices, or if he still hasn't made any choices, either way, he's not able to necessarily move forward because something is missing. Either there is a lack of options because of unclear thoughts, right? The globe will fall from his hands, and then there's the lack of drive with the globe falling off, So he really lacks that. How do you say it, that will and that drive to say, yes, I want to go and do it, right? Or like in the middle option, that he has absolutely, he's confused, or he doesn't necessarily know what to do. Now that he's close to that point where he can, he's in that place in life. He's like, what am I supposed to do? I can do, I can branch out, I can do this, I can do that, but what next? He's not necessarily very clear on that. So that is the Two of Wands reversed. So what was the story I got when I got into the head of this man? There is so much I want to do, so much I want to achieve in my life, and I'm prepared to work hard to achieve it. I want to be able to walk through this world with my head held high, with my dignity and my pride, and happy because of all the work, all the hard work that has led to my success. So he wants to, he's ready to work hard. He's ready to, do whatever it takes to get to where he wants to go. And he also wants to walk through this world with his head held high, with his dignity, with his pride, and with his happiness, because that he has achieved his success. So that's the story of the Two of Wands. What is your story? What is your journal entry? What is, just take a picture of the card, or take a picture of the journal, use the hashtag learn this deck. Also use the hashtag Two of Wands. You could also use hashtags for Dreaming with Tarot and Tarotically Speaking, and post this on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, because these are the places where we can, search with the help of these hashtags. And then, you can share our information, our knowledge, our keywords, our stories, and that way we can all enhance our learning, and together we can learn this deck. Right? So, anyhow, it's the weekend coming up. So, I guess I will see you on Monday with the Three of Wands. Until then, stay good, be good, and learn this deck. Bye now.